Folks, listen, be quiet. My wife thinks I'm out here cutting the grass, but listen, if you're bored, if you're stuck inside, if it's raining where you are, stay tuned because we're going to spend 10 minutes just talking about random metal detecting stuff. I'm going to share a few books I've purchased, some equipment that I've picked up recently, and a few other fun little tidbits. So stay tuned.
Remember, if you like these videos, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Ding ding.
Okay, so listen, it's a well-known fact that I am a self-professed gearhead. I love buying metal detecting and outdoor equipment, all that kind of fun stuff. So what did I pick up this month? A couple things I want to share with you. So I've got a couple grandkids. You know, I love history. That's why I'm called the History Digger. And I've picked up a couple books here by James Patterson. Really cool. James actually has several series of books targeted for young readers. This particular one, it's called The All-American Adventure, where the kids find themselves stuck in DC without any priceless antiques to hunt, right? Sound familiar? But everything changes when they find what they believe is a counterfeit version, a fake Bill of Rights. And they travel across the country, across the USA, trying to uncover the conspiracy of this fake Bill of Rights. And of course, they end up saving the day. The other book in this series is called Treasure Hunters, Danger Down the Nile. And in this book, the kids are on a quest to find the legendary mines of King Solomon. Who knows? Maybe they'll find some gold. So, you know, what a wonderful book for the kids because it teaches them a little bit about history. There's some adventure in there. I think they're going to love it. So we'll add that to the library for the grandkids. And then also I've picked up a classic, a treasure hunting classic. If you're not familiar with Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson, boy, this is a keeper. I remember reading this one to my kids when they were young. I've read it several times, and truth be told, I think I wanted to read it again as well. But a little bit closer to home, some books for me I've picked up. You know, I've been doing some research. I've had some very good luck securing some permissions. If you haven't seen my 2 videos on metal detecting permissions, 10 tips, as well as how to secure metal detecting permission using social media and direct mail, make sure to check those videos out. But I wanted to kind of see what I was missing. Maybe there's some additional things, I'm sure there are, that I could learn. And this book is called How to Research for Treasure Hunting and Metal Detecting by Otto von Helsing. Wonder if he does any searching for vampires or anything like that. I don't know. But this is really interesting because it's going to challenge my skills a little bit. This is going to be some fun reading. I may keep this one until the weather turns a little cold here. But meanwhile, I also saw another book that just came out. But this is Terry Shannon's book called Detecting the Treasure Coast. And, you know, it doesn't look like a terribly long read. I'm really excited. It talks a lot about treasure hunting on beaches and something I don't really get a chance to do that much living here in the Midwest. And this is not a new book, but if you're a Minelab user and you've not had a chance to read Andy Sabish's book on the Equinox series, right? Performance is everything. I keep coming back to this book. I've tried some of the different programs in there. Huge help. All right, let's move away from the books. Let's talk about some equipment. You know, what are some of the things I've decided to pick up this week? Well, first of all here, just got this in the mail. Still in the bag, but this is a 6-inch coil. Look how tiny that thing is. A 6-inch coil for my Minelab Equinox 800. So I do enjoy permission hunting, but I also really enjoy parks. Parks can be trashy. There's a lot of things in there, and the experienced detectorists I've talked to have said, listen, you gotta use a smaller coil, okay? So I'm really keen to see if this is gonna make a difference. I may try it out this weekend. And while I have a beach scoop, I recently picked up a Nokta Makro pulse dive, okay, which is a pinpointer that you can use both on land and in the water. The water adapter comes with a little circle. It kind of looks like a little badminton racket. And my beach scoop that I use, which has a long handle, really won't work well. So I picked this one up. It's plastic. I purposefully bought one that's plastic so that, you know, I can perhaps scuba dive or snorkel with both the pulse dive and my little beach scoop in here. Plus, I live on a lake. I actually have some a beach portion of my waterfront that has some sand on it. The grandkids are going to love to play with this. Some of you know I swing both a Simplex, a Nokta Makro Simplex, and last year I upgraded also to the Equinox. And you know, what do you think of the two machines and so forth? They're very different. They're very different machines. I mean, I love the Simplex. As my friend Lori McGregor says, if you have a chance to check out her channel, 3 Tones in the Truth, or the Simplex Guru, she has 2 channels, please check it out. She says, listen, the Simplex is a hot rod. Hot rods need tuning, and she is so right. But there's so many nice things I love about the Simplex, one of which is the build quality. It's built really well. It's ergonomically designed. I wish I could say the same about the Equinox. I think the inside of the Equinox is built phenomenally well, but I think there are things on the outside that, frankly, you know, just some poor design. And you may disagree with me, but, you know, I've read for a while when it first came out, and still, that the coil snaps. There's a bracket that comes off of the coil that snaps, and people will say, well, mine never snaps, and you must be using it as a cane. Listen, I don't hear people, you know, that use the whites or you know, the Simplex, the other machines, talking about their coil bracket snapping. So Minelab, you need to up your game there in terms of the build quality. But I picked this up. This is a little bracket that just strengthens the stock coil. So I'm going to attach that this weekend. You know what they say, the best time to solve a problem before it occurs. Also, on one of my recent permission digs, I uncovered a pretty crusty coin. I'm going to show a picture of it here. It's most likely a quarter. I'm not sure. But, you know, the only way to get this clean, I've discovered, is through electrolysis. So, you know, I learned the hard way in some of my early coins that I found. I tried, you know, went on to Google, how do you clean a coin? I tried some of those things with ketchup and baking powder and vinegar and stuff, and you know, I actually damaged a couple coins. And by no means am I an electrolysis expert, but looking at some of the things I've seen, it seems to, you know, work well if you know what you're doing, which I don't yet. So I picked up what's called an ugly box, and still in the bag, have not unpacked it. This particular kit, Chuck Smalley set me up with this. It comes with what's called a thrasher. I think that's some type of solution. I'm not sure. An adapter. You know, some of the, of course, the plugs and the accessories. So I'm going to dig into this thing. There are a couple videos you can see on YouTube. If you just go out and search "ugly box," you will find them there. But I'm going to give electrolysis a shot. We'll see how it works. One other thing, very quickly. You know. This is a little controversial. I saw somebody do this. I think if you've had a chance to watch Square Nail Squirrel's channel occasionally, you know, if he hunts an area and he feels it's pretty hunted out, he'll actually bury a 35 millimeter, you know, canister with some more coins in it for a future detectorist to find. I thought that was pretty cool. So I actually saw these online. These are, it's a token. You can see this. Okay, this is probably going to ring up as brass, but it has a footprints in the sand phrase on the back. If you're not familiar with footprints in the sand, you know, I just think it's absolutely beautiful. Reminds me of my faith, and I thought I could leave a couple of these behind, again, to put a smile maybe on someone else's face down the road. Okay, so that's a wrap on this edition of Let's Talk Metal Detecting. I hope you found some of this stuff to be of interest or maybe even helpful. If there's something you'd like to talk about in a future video, drop a comment below. Meanwhile, happy hunting.